What's going on, y'all? So this is a video I kind of wanted to stay away from because honestly, it like, even when I'm just reporting what 50 Cent is saying, I feel like on my social media page it can come across that I'm hating on Courtney, because I do critique OG Power's ending and I do critique Book 2 as a whole. Season 1 and 2 were clearly the better seasons, but I do complain about Book 2 as a whole. And unfortunately, I usually am talking about Courtney. And like I said, there's two instances. One where 50 Cent did the recent interview where he says Courtney Kemp was more, let's just pull it up.
And it's 50 Cent. It got awkward for the writer, for the showrunner, because she felt like it was registering as a 50 Cent show instead of her show. And
okay, so obviously that's the first part of it was, it started to be called a 50 Cent show. And obviously I want everybody to understand when I'm talking about this, because black women clearly are coming to the defense. They're constantly saying 50's lying, and I also see a little bit of like black men, y'all love waiting to talk about a sister. But the reality of the situation is, I'm gonna talk very real for a second. I may piss some people off and make them off sexist, but just give me a second to cook. Even in Raising Kanan, you notice how most of the male audience, which is the Power audience, there are women that watch Power, of course, but I'd argue a lot of it is the male audience, right? And so what happens is, in a show like Raising Kanan, you have Marvin and Unique. Marvin and Unique really take a lot of us back to a time or to a place or somebody we know. Like when I watch Marvin Unique, it reminds me of certain uncles I saw when I was coming up. They give me that vibe. Like my dad says Unique reminds me of this one nigga he just couldn't stand in the streets. You know what I mean? So it brought back that vibe. Raquel, as dope as she is, it just could never really there's nothing in real life to kind of draw that from, and be like, and rock take you to somebody type shit. Not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying for majority of us, right? And it's the same thing with this show. I don't understand how much love and recognition Courtney Kemp wanted, because to my knowledge, everybody was watching those after the episode breakdowns. Y'all remember the after the episode breakdowns where Courtney Kemp was breaking down dude, I used to throw Power parties. So I used to have my friends come over, a couple chicks, and we would all sit and watch Power at midnight. And you're damn right, we would watch the after the show with my man Terrence J, and Courtney Kemp breaking down, certain parts of the episode. So that's another part I never understood. But let me keep going, because I'm pretty sure there was another point.
And that turned into, it got weird with her behaviors and the things that was going on behind the scenes with her. And then it also was friction between her and Omari, because he was feeling like he was the lead and the star of the show. So she was having a problem with anybody who was leading the show, because she felt like it was her show, like it was hers. And it was a show rightfully as a writer, but he is the star of the show.
Okay, so with that being said, let me ask you guys this, because this is what I've been talking to everybody I talk to about it. I say, yo, who's the creator of The Wire? Nigga, I just finished The Wire a couple months ago, and I can't tell you by name without looking it up. But I can tell you about Omar, Stringer Bell, Avon, Michael. That's just how it goes. Writers are always going to be respected in the industry, but to the general public, most people won't know them. And I have to give Courtney Kemp props. She did an amazing job of making her face known, making her presence known in the Power universe. When you say Courtney Kemp, niggas in Power universe know who she is. So that's why I don't understand, like, how much light did you want? Or like me and my father have said, just understand with women's psychology, it probably was never about her. It's just the fact that 50 and Omari are so, I always say, like, sometimes your exes or chicks that are mad at you, they want you to be miserable too, right? You ever had your mom or your girl mad at you? They want you to be sitting there like this. They mad at the motherfucker when they mad and you like this. Hey, I don't care, girl. You ain't fucking up my mood today. They be mad. And so the vibes I get from this is Courtney watching 50 and Omari, receive all this love and all this aspiration. But the issue is, that's why I said it couldn't have been about her, because you can't tell me Courtney wasn't getting all this love. Like, yo, you got to understand, there's not many creators of network shows that we really know. I see everybody sweating the dude who made Lioness right now. I see Vince Gilligan. Like I said, Courtney Kemp. But there's a lot of great shows, and we don't even know the creator's motherfucking name. Like I said, as dope as The Wire is, I can't tell you that nigga's name off rap. And I've watched interviews of him breaking shit down, but it's not coming to me right now. We actually know Courtney Kemp. And so I don't understand if it was an ego thing, a fame thing. Courtney, you good. And like I said, writers are always going to be more respected in the industry anyways. Let me see.
Omari would have died. Ghost must die. He would have died where Kanan died. That much earlier. She planned to kill Omari's character off right there.
And here's my biggest point. And this one, man, this may come off a bit rude, but I'm just going to be honest. Every time I hear this, I sometimes wonder, and I don't know if y'all would agree with me, was Courtney's writing that good? Or were all the actors early on trying to prove themselves and trying to make the show a success, and so they just upplayed the shit out of the lines? Because obviously the script is the basis. The script is the thesis statement. But when I watch OG Power, I'm watching a young Omari Hardwick. Not young, these guys weren't 20 or anything, but I'm watching, these guys see a good role that they can sink their teeth in and go full on in. I'm watching Notori kill it. I'm watching Angela the fuck is her name? Layla Lauren kill it. I'm watching Joseph Sikora kill it. I'm watching Omari Hardwick absolutely kill it. Even down from 2-Bit, the Julios, the Kane, and even 50 was acting. And I find myself wondering sometimes, like, Courtney, I feel like you got to give a little bit of props. I'd say they upplayed your dialogue. And I think a show like Nemesis kind of glaringly shows that, because the other brother, when he's delivering it, it just ain't that. And that was my issue with Book 2, I think. Outside of Kane, the delivery, they weren't making her material better. And if you ask me in OG Power, I'm not saying the writing was bad, but I'm not saying it was this excellent masterpiece, masterfully written piece of television. I think the actors really brought something that just couldn't be replaced. They really brought their own shit to that character. And like I said, I'm not hating on Courtney. Thank you so much for making this show and giving me something to talk about for years on end. But I'm just trying to get down to the psychology, because let's get into the fact of Ghost dying. And what was that, season 2, season 3? That part, every time I hear that part, I think, and there's so many dumb people in the Power universe. Like even on that panel, you can check out a video I dropped like 2 or 3 videos ago where I was on that panel, and the girl's like, well, Ghost was always supposed to die. I mean, his name is Ghost, like if you look from season 1, he was always playing that. Shut the fuck up, man. I don't believe anything. Any of them Power fans are like, this was planned from day one. Dude, I don't think people understand. It's a lot easy when a show's over to be like, oh no, we had that from day 1, episode 1. You don't always have to believe that shit. And second off, fuck, I forget what I just was saying. Ghost dying. And second off, what? I don't think you get any of the spinoffs you do if you kill Ghost in season 2 or 3, because then you're asking the story to be followed by Tommy, Notori, Kanan, Tariq, and at that point we still didn't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you like Tariq more because you take out him acting like a little bitch over his dad all them seasons. Maybe you like Tariq more, but I don't see it. I don't see it. But I think that's because, yet again, and I hate to say this, Courtney overestimating the writing a little bit and underestimating how big of a part Tommy and Ghost, these characters, came and made that motherfucking character. Because you can write good lines all you want, man, but I'm telling you, those actors came and made those characters, And so it just sucks to hear that on the back end you are constantly trying to humble the man or belittle. It's okay sometimes. Like I always tell people, get them, stay humble, and you know, obviously there's a line, but get them people that want you to be humble, want you to act like what's not the truth ain't the truth. Get them away from you, bro. I tell people that all the time. Like, keep them type people away from me, man, because that shit ain't cool, man. Goddamn. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be the fuck humble all the time. So let me know what y'all think about this. Like I said, I don't want to rant and make like a 20-minute video on Courtney Kemp, but these are just some of the thoughts I had. You know, like I said, I like to think that I think the actors really upplayed her material, and I think some of the other shows, or like I think Book 2 and Nemesis kind of shows like her writing's cool. It's not bad. It's entertaining for sure. But you know, it's a lot of BS in there. But the actors can make that you know, so fun and so intriguing, which I think they did in OG Power. I think in Book 2, in Book 2 you have, I mean, Tariq and Drew and Diana. I mean, they're all cool, but nobody there is like a star-studded, you know. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this whole Courtney Kemp 50 Cent situation. Do you agree with 50? Do you agree with Courtney? And do you agree with me? You know, some of my takes on it. So thanks for watching. I'm out.